Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and Scout enthusiasts and the Craig family that have traveled from far, Portland and St. Helens, I believe. Glad you're here to see Andrew Craig's accomplishments of earning the Boy Scouts of America's highest honor, Eagle Scout. At this time, the Flag Corps of Troop 99 will open the ceremony.
Cool. All right, audience, please rise. Scouts, attention. Color guard, attention. Color guard, forward march. Color guard, post the colors. Scout hand salute. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Two.
Please join me in the Scout oath.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country,
to obey the Scout law,
to help other people at all times,
to keep
myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Please show me the Scout oath.
Scout is trustworthy,
loyal,
helpful, friendly, courteous,
kind,
obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Two. Scouts at ease. Audience may be seated. Color guard dismissed.
Oh, I should probably mention that if you need a restroom at any moment, it's down the hallway, and as the corridor turns, you're right there. And I don't think anybody's wearing a hat, so I appreciate you not wearing your hat inside this sanctuary. And we've done the flag ceremony, so we'll move on to my welcome. Yeah. I prepared a little welcome. Yes, indeed. Okay. We'll start with Mr. Freeman here, who's also a Troop 99 Eagle Scout from a few years ago. We're glad you're here to help us out. You're going to do the invocation in a moment. We will cover the advancements as Scout goes through, followed by awarding the Eagle rank. Toward the end will be a time to share stories. They can be funny or serious. You choose. Just think to yourself, what do you see when you hear the name Andy Craig appear before you? Is it a picture of a cross-country runner, a soccer player, a guy who loves to act and perform at the Albany Civic Theater or at the high school or around a campfire? Maybe he's the guy who asked you to build homes for the homeless brown bats of Albany. Or maybe a young boy wearing a blue uniform attending his Cub Scout meetings so long ago, following his big brother's footsteps. One thing I can say about Andy, as he doesn't follow too many footsteps. He is a trailblazer, making his own footsteps, going from one activity to another. His personal management merit badge, I believe, was one of the easiest ones for him to complete because he's an expert in managing his time. Just consider all the activities that were just mentioned above. I shared with the troop about a month ago a story about a runner. It goes something like this. Run in front of the car and you will get tired. Run behind the car and you will get exhausted. Run beside the car and you have no say in the direction you head. So be the man driving the car. Andy's the man who is in the driver's seat, trailblazing his way to amazing places. He won't show signs of being tired and exhausted. He knows exactly where he is heading, and I look forward to seeing where he goes because I know where he has been. Now let's get back to the present, and we'll have Mr. Freeman give our invocation.
All right. Please prepare yourself for prayer in the manner in which you are accustomed. God, we thank you for this opportunity to come together as family, friends, leaders, and fellow scouts on this significant day in the life of Andy Craig. Today is a celebration of a journey full of challenges, friendship, struggles, and occasionally a little fun. Today, we think of all the merit badges earned along the way, the oaths committed to, the character developed, and the service to our community Andy worked so hard to bring about. Little by little, month by month, and year by year, he was faithful, and we celebrate his faith, commitment, and hard work. So we ask for your blessing on Andy and his family, who supported and encouraged him, and the fellow scouts who helped him along the way. Bless the Scout leaders, Troop 99, and all those who are here physically or in spirit. Continue to walk with Andy as he takes these next steps in becoming the Scout and the person you desire him to be. In your name we pray, amen.
All right, this time we're going to have a little slideshow so we can have a seat. What do you think?
How this works.
I forgot my mask on there, forgot to introduce myself. This now, but
While and a committee chair, and so the ceremony doesn't happen too often. We've had 5 scouts achieve Eagle Scout in the past year. Even through COVID, we're able to pass things through and get things going. Troop 99 is a very strong troop when it comes to passing Eagles, but it doesn't happen very often. So this whole skit show we're doing is unrehearsed. We're kind of winging it, just like I am. I'm off script. I'm probably getting in trouble, but we'll move forward. Oh, I'm even on TV. Awesome. It's kind of fitting because 20% of our career here, advancement, was done by over lines, Zoom meetings and whatnot because of COVID. So kind of fitting. Maybe we'll have to have more of that involved here in a minute. But I get the honor of catching things on fire, and I'm going to turn it over to you to maybe
All right.
cover the highest ranks in scouting.
Yeah, cool. I'm Richard Freeman, by the way, graduate Eagle Scout, watched Andy grow up, roped in for Baker. I'll tell you about that in a bit. But yeah. All right. You got the fire device? Cool. To earn the highest rank in scouting, a scout must spend a great deal of time and effort. Therefore, the occasion that recognizes his accomplishments should be memorable. Today, we shall follow Light the Eagle Trail as we recognize the accomplishments of Andy Craig. When a youth becomes a scout, there is within him something that we call the spirit of scouting. This single lighted candle before you represents that spirit. Because the spirit of scouting embodies the principles of the Scout Oath and Law, it becomes a shining beacon of inspiration. Alone, this light may seem feeble, but when multiplied by the more than 3.5 million boys and girls in scouting around the world, it is powerful indeed. After a boy or girl enters scouting, the scout law that they promise to obey begins to guide their life. One by one, using the flame from the spirit of scouting, we shall light the symbols for each part of the scout law. There are 12 parts. Each is an important foundation in the building of strong character. The scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. In the Scout Oath, the young scout promises, upon their honor, do their best, do their duty, first to God and their country, second, to other people by helping them at all times, and thirdly, to themselves by keeping themselves physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. You see how the light from the spirit of scouting is now beginning to grow and become brighter.
Now in the distance, looms the hazy outlines of Eagle Summit, light by the lesser peaks that represent the star in life ranks. To the new scout, they are very far away, but they will come a lot closer as the light from the spirit of scouting continues to spread. The scout becomes a tenderfoot. The tenderfoot badge is the first rank a scout receives. It stands at the foot of the Eagle Trail. Once inspired by the spirit of scouting, they won't stay a tenderfoot very long. Putting a few simple achievements behind them, they will shortly climb to the rank of second class. The requirements for second class become more difficult. A scout must learn to be self-sufficient in the outdoors and continue to render service to others. Now the scout is ready for the challenge to attain first class. Although the requirements become more difficult, the scout keeps climbing until finally comes the day when they top the first summit along the Eagle Trail. They receive their first class badge.
A broad field of merit badges await the first class scout. More than 100 merit badges guide the scout to explore careers, hobbies, and community interest items. The scout needs a total of 6 to conquer the Star Scout Summit. Probably a lot sooner than they thought possible, the scout finds themselves standing on Star Ridge. Thus, through leadership, service, and achievement, they conquer the first of 3 great peaks along the Eagle Trail. The trail to the next summit, Life Scout Peak, isn't easy. There's leadership to demonstrate, service to others, and plenty of hard work in mastering 5 additional merit badges and helping fellow scouts. The higher the scout climbs, the fewer travelers he meets along the trail. Yet there are no impossible barriers along the way. The Life Scout's goal can be achieved, but it takes real effort. While the rank of life is a coveted one and deserving to all who obtain it, the Eagle Trail does not end there. It leads on toward a higher summit. The pathway narrows and steepens considerably as it winds along ledges of personal achievement and mountain pastures of troop accomplishment. Mile by mile, the trail becomes more trying. Many challenges must be conquered in these last miles. Before the highest summit along the Eagle Trail can be completed, additional merit badges must be earned. Some of them are very difficult, and leadership and service to others are not forgotten. Only with the greatest persistence and courage can the scout gain the thrill of victory that comes while looking back down the trail from the very top of the Eagle Summit.
Andy Craig, you are to be congratulated for reaching the highest peak of the Eagle Trail. Your diligence and hard work have paid off. If you, along with your mother and father, will come forward, your Eagle Badge of rank will be presented. You have made Troop 99 very proud. May the qualities that inspired you to this achievement continue to lead you on to even greater success in your life. As an Eagle Scout, the eyes of all scouting, yes, the eyes of the world, will be upon you. The traditions of Eagle Scout are high. May you live up to those traditions. Always guided by the spirit of scouting, represented by these blazing candles before you, the Eagle Badge that you wear is symbolic of the spirit of scouting. Tony, would you please pin this Eagle Badge on your son's chest so that the world may know that he is an Eagle Scout? Pinch and pull. Eagle Scout Annie Craig, please present your parents with a parent pin as a recognition of their love, encouragement, faith, and trust in your future. As an Eagle Scout, may you never disappoint them.
The ones that say mom and dad are for your mom and dad. You could give those ones to your mentors, but I wouldn't suggest that.
Okay, you can put that down.
Okay.
Hold that for a minute. Get ready for pictures. All right, why don't we have mom over here, dad over here, and I've got, oh, there she is right there with the camera. And we'll go back out of this a little bit. Congratulations. Congratulations, Mom. It's a long travel, isn't it? Congratulations.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations.
All right, parents, I'd like you to have a seat. I'm going to have Andy stay up here for a few more moments. And I believe we've got a special guest to maybe join us in this meeting. So if you could help me out, Mr. Alberg. We did talk about Zoom calls and whatnot, and it would be only fitting that that kind of take part. I believe you might want to stand over here so you can see a little bit better. Right about there, yep, right about there.
Andy will now take the Eagle Scout pledge. As Andy takes this pledge for the first time, will those Eagle Scouts who are present in the audience please stand and reaffirm their pledge? Will each of you please give the Scout sign and repeat after me in unison? On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to my country.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to my country.
I reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
And reaffirm my allegiances to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities of the rank of Eagle Scout.
the obligations and responsibilities of the rank of Eagle Scout.
On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example.
On my honor, I will do my best to make my training an example.
And will make my rank and influence strongly count.
And will make my rank and influence strongly count.
For better scouting and for better citizenship,
For better scouting and for better citizenship.
in my troop, in my community, and in my contact with other people.
In my troop, in my community, and in my contact with other people.
Regardless of race, color, or creed.
Regardless of race, color, or creed.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
The Eagle Scouts in the audience may now be seated.
Will the audience please rise and give Eagle Scout Annie Craig a round of applause. I think you want to be seated for the next half, so. Yeah. Now it's your turn. We can start with some grandparents. Do you have any grandparents in the audience?
I do have grandparents in
How many do you have?
there. 3.
Would those 3 like to come forward? Maybe you can go grab them and bring them up. Come right here. Come sit over here. Right here. Yep. It takes a village, it takes a family, even grandparents, to help raise a scout. And so you get to hand them a couple of tokens of your appreciation. Take those. Yep, stand right there. We'll get a few pictures. Great job. You can have a seat. All right. Are you ready for a story? Do you have
Sure,
one
we're
ready?
gonna do mentors
We're gonna do
pins
mentor
first.
pins now. You have to bring those forward.
All right.
All right, Andy, now's the time you can award a mentor pin if you have one, or a few. Could be somebody from the community, or a scout that's led your way, an example that's made you who you are, whoever that might be.
My first mentor pin is going to Mr. Arnold Poole, who unfortunately could not make it today. When I first started my Boy Scouts journey, Mr. Poole was really, he really made me feel welcome. In Troop 99, no one made me feel, unwelcome, but it felt more, I don't know, it felt almost as though he was like with us all the time, like going through, it's hard to really put into words how much someone like that really means to you. But yeah, I just wanted to give him mental thing. That's the first one. The second mentor pin goes to Mr. Hauser. Say a few words after I end
Okay.
ya.
Pocket's probably good.
He's running out of room.
When the pandemic hit, obviously scouting took a hit from that as well. Obviously, the idea of social distancing is counter to being together by nature. And that's really truly what scouting is. But I was hit with the global pandemic at the same time that a lot of young men in Boy Scouts on their trail to Eagle drop out. They get the wreck of life and they stay life for life. And it was really, it felt fulfilling to know that I was able to push through that kind of barrier difference for us because at the time when like the world was really, you know, it seemed lost almost. It was really, it felt good to still stand and want to continue to help the community and help shape the young men of the troop. And, you know, it just felt different. And the one person who I can really pinpoint to on keeping that Andy Craig ship a sail is Mr. Robert House.
Thank you. All right. All right. Thank you, Andy. We're on to some stories that may embarrass you, so I don't know if you want to. Is it best for him to sit down for this story time? I'll be up here in front. That way you can see your red cheeks. Yeah, yeah. So I mentioned earlier that we have a story time, so it could be serious or funny. And just a moment ago, recalled to me that one of the things I remember about Andy is he can get up and give a 5-minute speech with no problem. It just goes on. It can go on. You ask him to give a skit when we're at a campfire, oh, yeah, he can come up with one right off the bat. So we appreciate you being out there and being the drama queen. Get everybody going, because it was good. Communications merit badge, that was a piece of cake for you, wasn't it? Yeah, yep, it was. Does anyone else want to come forward, or from where you're at?
I got a good one to start with.
Okay, good.
Do you want to set up one of these microphones with like if I talk to this, can you hear me? I don't know.
Maybe. I'm going to turn mine off. So
We'll figure that out later. Anyway, about 3 or 4 years ago, we were at Camp Baker, which is the one down near Florence. We were having a campfire just with our troop and our campsite. And Andy and Cole Richardson, who was another scout in the troop at the time, they did this skit. It's called, I think, Slideshows. Basically, you have some volunteers. They got some of the camp staff to come do this, like 4 of them. And you have a fake remote, and you push the button, and they make some kind of pose. And then they just describe whatever the pose is. It's an improv game. Well, they made it African safari themed. And he was doing an accent and being like, George Willis or whatever, like with, the hat and talking like, this is an alligator, And his sidekick, Cole, was playing the dumb city kid, and they went on for like 40 minutes. And we were waking up the guys in the campsite next to us because we were laughing so loud. We were laughing so hard we couldn't do anything. We couldn't stop them. You can't say, cut out the skit if you're laughing too hard to talk. It just doesn't work. And so this went on for, 40 minutes. And I don't know how it finally got ended, but it was 9:30, and we finally ended the skit, and everyone just, I'll always remember that day. So.
Well, sorry, Andrew, Andy, but when I think of you, I think of skits at summer camp. It's just ingrained. So Richard took the best one, but I remember being at Cub Scout camp, and we're all sitting there, and the little Cub Scouts in their blue uniforms are so cute, and suddenly there is a raisin. The Raisin Bran skit. I was totally surprised and blown away. I had no idea the little seedling that was in there that was going to turn into Andy Craig. So then later, and that was at Camp Clark, later at Camp Merriweather, there was an extremely memorable performance of Merriweather Lewis that I will never forget. And then, of course, the skit that went on longer than we could stand it. We were all laughing so hard we couldn't stop you. And then at Camp, Merriweather, Clark, there was one more. At Camp Baldwin, the speech practicing with Richard accompanying with the appropriate theme music. The patriotic speech, the class president's speech. I think you could have done speeches to accompanying music all evening if we had let you. Very memorable and very fun. So I want to thank you very much for being the good scout that never rocked the boat and always was there to make it fun for us.
Well, as one of his grandparents, I just want to say there was never a dull moment. Yeah. We just, when he entered the house, we never knew exactly what was going to happen. So, you know, there's many stories. I guess the one that I remember the most was with these two down here, and Andy. I had just come home from the hospital having a hip replacement, and I was laying in my recliner. And the three of them put a walkie-talkie underneath my arm, and then had another walkie-talkie, and went behind me, and on the count of three, they screamed into it. And so they lifted me right out of the chair, you know, and I was like, okay, guys, give me the walkie-talkie. You know? Three of them were trouble.
Paternal grandfather. Andy, you might wonder, where did he get this streak in him? He gets it directly from one of his relatives, Brian Andrew Craig. And he's named after Brian. You know, that devil may care, dry sense of humor, always center stage was exactly what Brian was all about. And he also made Eagle Scout. And he also had people saying the same thing. Sorry. So, Andy, you come by it naturally. It's in your genes.
Anyone else?
There will be some time, a little bit.
Oh, I got one more. You're not done yet. Okay. So I told you I was going to tell you about Baker. It's a camp down near Florence. I've worked there maybe 4 years now. I'm kind of a middle director-ish person. I direct one of the handicraft. We do crafts. I have 2 people under me. So last year, it's like a month-long camping season, staff week. You know, you're just in the woods for a month on end. And the week before we go out, he is doing Snoopy for Peanuts. He's acting it. He's up until 11 o'clock at night at the high school every night practicing. I see you guys out there. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so he's doing that. I give him a call. Hey, do you want to come staff at Baker, Tuesday beforehand? And he says, sure. So Thursday, my boss calls him at some point, between sets when he's actually free. And he gets notice his last show on Saturday, packs up, shows up to camp on Sunday, and is there for a month. And we have sand dunes. He was in charge of taking the troops to the sand dunes. That was his job. As soon as he shows up, he is the dunes dude. Cut up jeans that he got at St. Vinny's before coming, sunglasses, Baja Blast Mountain Dew in hand at all times, dune board, safety vest because he had to wear one of those. He was the coolest guy at camp, and he made sure everybody knew it. At the closing campfire, he came up to do a song with his dune board and his drink and his glasses. And there was cheering, normally there's cheering at the end of a song. Well, there was about the same at the beginning of this song. And then he sang another version of Lifeguard Life, which his dad thinks is completely dumb, but everyone thought it was fun. Yeah, so he was amazing. He instantly stepped into character at camp, which was amazing to watch. So. Sure. All right. Audience, please rise. Scouts, attention. Color guard, forward march. Color guard, prepare to retrieve the colors. Color guard, retrieve the colors. Scout hand salute. Two. Scouts at ease. Audience, maybe seated. Are we doing Scout Vespers right now? We are doing Scout Vespers. Yes?
Would you all please get to a circle? Maybe. Oh, he's here. There he is. In the back.
I've been pretending to be you this whole time. It's really hard.
I'm already by the candles.
Okay.
All right. We're going to do scout. Let's have him come forward. Oh, yeah. Come get up here.
Oh yeah, we got something for you. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
I got my script right here.
I know. You already. Oh, right here in the back.
You're gonna miss all the nice things you said about
You know, I stopped at the market here,
Polar pause.
Slurpee, you know, with the polar pause, you know. I got plenty of time, I'll be there by 3, easy. Awkward.
Would you please join me in Scout Vespers?
Softly falls the light of day as our campfire fades away. Silently each scout should ask, have I done my daily task? Have I kept my honor bright? Can I guiltless sleep tonight? Have I dared everything to be prepared? Listen, Lord, oh, listen, Lord, as I whisper soft and low. Bless my mom and bless my dad, for these are things that they should know. I will keep my honor bright, the oath and law will be my guide. Mom and Dad, this you should know. Deep in my heart, I love you so.
Thank you guys so much for coming. We have refreshments in the lobby. We got cake and salsa and chips.
Nice job.
Thank you.
And you came up with two stories. That was good.
Yeah.
And we're gonna turn you on.
Okay.